Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Do me a favor, as always, top 5 in the chat. Let me know that y'all can see me and hear me all right before I get started. So, as you all know, by now you also know, I'll be stepping down and stepping away from H-BAMN for a little bit. It'll be sometime around mid-August, and not really sure what that timeline is going to look like after that. So, but that's besides the point. Before I do that, I am doing what I call a farewell strong arm bully tour. What's going on, Jax? And the thing that I'm strong arming and bullying is a certain mindset that we all have to eradicate. We have to get rid of it, and it's really nothing different from what I've been doing. So what I'm doing right now, or what I'm going to do right now in this video, and it's all out of love, is I want to challenge us all, myself included, on this idea that, I guess I don't include myself in this one, actually. I want to challenge us all on this idea that the mask alone are going to save us, or that the mask are so important that fundamentally that is the basis of what we need to be doing. I'm challenging all of it, and I'm calling BS on all of it, okay? Now, one of the things that I tell people, and one of the things that I've learned, is that in the midst of chaos and confusion and everything else like that, you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused on the objective, on the mission, the goal. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff flying over your head, a lot of distractions, a lot of landmines, bombs, bullets, and everything like that. But you have to stay laser focused on the actual objective, right? So to get into a debate about mask on, mask off, save that. I want nothing to do with that mask debate. Wear the mask, don't wear the mask. If the policies are telling you to wear the mask, then put the mask on. If you want to wear the mask, then wear the mask. Do it, don't do it. However, that is not my argument. That's not the debate. I care nothing about that. What I care about is the actual things that have always worked. The foundations that have always proven to increase overall health. That's what I want to focus on, because whether we're talking about the short term or we're talking about the long term as far as health goes, those are the principles, those are the basics, those are the fundamentals that have always worked. Whether we're talking about pre-corona, post-corona, whatever, those are the things that have always worked. So you can keep your debate. Like Professor Aaron Smith always says, don't get in a tug of war with it. Do it. Let's talk about the basics. No, let's talk about the idea that the masks are just that important that you can let go of everything else. And once again, this is all our love, but we're going to have to take this one. We all are going to have to take this one. If you or people you know have started wearing masks while continuing to eat and drink highly processed foods, this should indicate to you of how misled, miseducated we have been. Does that make sense to you all? If you are being convinced that mask is all you need, while still on a daily basis infusing your body with processed drinks, soda, juice, processed foods, Twinkies, donuts, XYZ, McDonald's, KFCs, because fast food is actually going up in stock. Fast food, the value, all of those things have gone up. And so if they haven't convinced you that these are the things that you need to focus on, and most of us are not even questioning what we should be doing with our lifestyle right now, then this should show you just how misled and how miseducated we all have been. And so what I need for us to do is leave that debate crap to them. Let them argue about that. Let them fix that. Let them figure out what's going on. What I need for us to do is focus on the very basics. Now, this only pertains to those who truly want to improve their health, truly want to stay healthy during this pandemic or whatever like that, who truly want to see an overall improvement. I'm only talking to you all. For those who are just here to follow fashion, those who are just here to follow the herd mentality, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you because you want an argument. I don't have any for you. Let's go ahead and talk to you all. Understand. You remember this whole thing, this whole back and forth about PPE, personal protective equipment. Type 5 in the chat if you all believe that that's important. I believe it's important, just to let you know. PPE, right? If we are in the midst of a pandemic, are PPEs important? You know, PPEs would be masks. PPEs would be, gloves. PPE would be sanitizer. PPEs are personal protective equipment. So if you're in an environment and the environment is not safe, you need certain things to protect yourself, right? So type 5 in the chat if you believe that PPEs are important. I would type 5 right now, right? Myself. Type 5 in the chat. All right, cool. Ramona says 5. All right, cool. Good. Shalonda says 5. That is a very unique way to spell Shalonda. Good. Donna. LaTroya. What's going on, LaTroya? All right, good. All right, cool. I would type 5. Tammy says, I think that's Tammy, says no, 4. So, all right, cool. I agree. PPEs, given a certain environment, a hostile environment, would be important. Cool. Now let's switch over to your body. I need for everybody to understand that your body is really a microcosm of whatever it's inside of. Meaning that if your body is inside of a neighborhood, a city, a town, a state, a country, as above, so below, right? So like you're really a smaller version of what you're in, and the big thing is really a bigger version of the smaller version. Therefore, what type of PPE does your insides need? What type of PPE does your anatomy and physiology need? What does your body need to protect itself? I'll tell you what it needs. It needs adequate resources. The same way people were freaking out because, and rightfully so, I get it, because they didn't have the mask in the midst of this unknown virus. The same way people were freaking out because they didn't have gloves and sanitizers, and I get it, especially because it was unknown. We understand that, right? What I'm saying is that if you are alarmed and outraged with that, then you should be just as alarmed and outraged with your own personal body. If you're not giving your body the potassium, if you're not giving your body the magnesium, if you're not giving your body the water, the sleep, the fasting, if you're not giving your body the whole foods that it needs to personally protect itself, then I think you're just as bad as the old boy when it comes to your own body, because you are the president, you are the owner, you are the everything for your own personal body. Am I right or am I wrong? Like, you are it. When it comes to your body, you call all the shots, right? You call all the shots. So what I need to know is that what are you providing your people, your trillions of cells? You have trillions of citizens in your body, 37 trillion citizens in your body that you are in control of. Are you providing them with their own PPE? You being slow with the stimulus check for your own people? Are you providing your people with the bailouts? Are you providing your people with unemployment benefits? Or are you moving slow with it? Or are you just acting like, man, these folks, they tripping, we're gonna go on a recess, we're gonna go on a break, we'll figure it all out. You know, they just being extra. What are you doing personally? This ain't about nobody else, this ain't about nobody outside. I want us to bring it down to the basics. The fundamental. We gotta make sure we're not missing that mirror. And so when we look in the mirror, you got to understand what you're looking at is you're looking at your own personal body, president, CEO, owner, whatever you want to, you are in charge. Therefore, you control what is going on for that civilization that you control called your body. You have trillions of cells, and they all have needs. And let's go back over to the other side with society. What happens to society when these folks don't get the resources that they need? What happens? Tell me in the chat. When people in society don't get the resources they need, and they've been telling you, yo, we need this, what happens? They start, like Tupac says, we are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. And so you sing that song for a little bit. And then he says, we hungry, we need some food. That tune started to change a little bit. And then next thing you know, I'm picking the lock, I'm coming through the door blasting. It changes. If you keep ignoring the people when they're telling you that we need this, it is fundamental to our survival. It is fundamental to our health. It is fundamental to our protection. And you just ignore them, what's going to happen? Those friendly protests will start to turn into riots. Those riots will start to turn into a full-blown revolution, a revolt. Let's go back to the body. If your body is telling you, yo, we have fundamental needs. 70% of this planet Earth is made out of water. 70% of your body is made out of water. 70% of your cells are made out of water. It's made out of water. And it is the one thing that you don't drink. Be prepared for that protest, that silent, peaceful protest that your body's been doing with the cramping, with all the signs and symptoms of dehydration. You got to understand, your signs and symptoms is a peaceful protest. Your body's trying to let you know, like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, that muscle cramp in your calf, that was me trying to let you know we need water. I mean, I thought I made it clear by composing your body of 70% water. We need some water. Your body needs potassium. Your body needs magnesium. Your body needs all of these things, fiber. Like, we have essential things that we need. And if your body doesn't get it, those signs, those symptoms, that silent, peaceful protest is going to turn up, because your body, I know we don't get it, but your body can become extremely radical if you force it to become radical. And it's only becoming radical because it sees it as a form of survival. So when people get blood pressures of 240 over 190, that is your body taking action, because it's saying these blood vessels are extremely corroded. I've tried to talk to you and try to make amends with you by increasing your blood pressure to 150 over 90. You didn't do anything. You kept eating the same crap. You kept drinking the same crap. I tried to talk to you and come back to you with a blood pressure of 190 over 100. You kept doing it. And then you added blood pressure medications, which took away the potassium that we had. It took away the magnesium that we had. And while taking away the magnesium, that caused me to start becoming insulin resistant. Now I'm insulin resistant. You're going to start taking metformin, which is now inhibiting the enzymes in my liver. Like, you over here throwing sugar on a crap sandwich and telling me that you'll be all right. I don't know how much longer, more of this we can take. That's what your body is saying. So, cool, I get it. I understand. It's a form of entertainment to, kiki, ha-ha, and laugh at everything that's going on, or use it for entertainment. But what I'm saying is that is all distraction. That is all distraction. How are you treating your people? How are you treating the 37 trillion cells that you are in charge of, that you are in control of? Are you treating them the way the people are being treated in society right now? Or are you saying, oh my goodness, how did I expect my body, my physiology, my trillions of cells to survive, let alone function, in the midst of nutrient deficiency? Like, we have, my vitamin D level is at a 4. How did I expect you to survive? What I'm doing is setting you up to fail. I guess you can make that same argument on the societal side. If you have a population that was once enslaved in this country, and then you tell them one day, all right, y'all free, y'all good to go. Don't worry, we got y'all. We're going to give you 40 acres and a mule. We got you. We're going to look out for you. Turn back around. No, we're not doing that. All right, okay. Hey, remember the 40 acres and a mule? We're not going to do it. I know you built America. We used we built America on your blood, your sweat, and your tears. But yeah, we ain't got it. But go ahead, pull yourself by the bootstraps and go out there and do your thing. Good luck. All right, they go out there, they do their thing. Next thing you know, black cities all over, black towns all over the place. You got Tulsa, Oklahoma, multiple millionaires. People looking back and like, yo, these folks not only pulled themselves out by the bootstraps, but they are becoming more successful than us. Burn it down. burn it down, lynch them, castrate them, separate them, sundown towns, then throw on something called Jim Crow, act like we don't know anything about it. After Jim Crow, we got the whole segregation. After that, mass incarceration, the whole time marginalizing. If that's not enough, let's go ahead and redline them, push them to the martyr society, make sure the air and the water is the dirtiest of the dirtiest. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? And so you're expecting people on that side, you're expecting people to perform a certain way or be a certain way, while at the same time knowing that they don't have what they need. Like, they don't have what they need. And you can see the shortcomings. Matter of fact, you put the shortcomings there. Like, you put the pawn shops next to the liquor stores, next to the dollar shop, next to the Chinese restaurant, next to the Popeye's chicken. Where's Popeye's chicken? No, I ain't gonna do that right now. But I'm just saying, I think I remember last year sometime Popeye's chicken was really, really big right now. But they didn't have a relief drive or anything like that for like rent. I don't know, never mind. But what I'm saying is that we can see how people would struggle on societal side if they don't have the resources that they need, if they don't have the funds that they need, if they don't have the structure and the access that they need. We understand the struggle, right? Back over here. If you're taking medications on top of medications, one medication is decreasing your potassium, one medication is decreasing your magnesium, one medication is inhibiting the enzymes in your liver that make cholesterol, and now you're also throwing on top of that processed foods, and then on top of all that, you're gonna throw in a mask thinking you're doing it now. Yo, you're losing. That is a losing strategy. And just by the mere fact that so many people are doing that without even thinking that I should probably eat healthier, that is a direct indicator, a direct sign that they have misled, miseducated, and hustled you. It's the truth. You can deny it if you want. But for these folks to get up on TV, now it's back to every day, but it used to be every day, and talk about the importance of masks, and talk about the importance of sanitizing and hand washing your hands. And so they say little to nothing about water. Say little to nothing about food. You know, the very things that have always worked. Yo, shout out TFL28. If you in the group right now, if you in the chat, hashtag it up. You all can speak to the power of whole foods. Can you or can you not? You all can speak to the power of water, because these are our habits. Like, this is what we do. We're not doing anything magical in the group. The most magical thing in that group is the group itself. But as far as like us, sending out magical supplements, we're not doing that. There is no such thing. You are the magic. Your body is the magic. Your physiology is the actual magic. You'd be amazed at what your body can do when it's fasting. You'd be amazed of the repairing that it can do in the midst of a fast. 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. These folks have convinced you that your problem is you don't eat enough. And since you don't eat enough, let's go ahead and crank it up. Let's go ahead and get you to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Let's get you to eat 6 small meals a day. And let's throw medications on top of that. And then let's throw a mask on top of that. Like, it's a losing strategy. So, for the short term and for the long term, focus on the basics. The basics are going to be whole foods, please. You got to understand, processed foods, they have 2 campaigns. The first campaign is they come in, they wreak havoc. It increases your glucose, increases your insulin, increases inflammation, causes metabolic habit. Processed foods at the same time, they will now, in order for your body to break it down, your body needs to pull on its natural resources, the magnesium, the calcium, the potassium. It needs to pull on those things to actually break down those food and metabolize it. While at the same time, the damage that was caused, your body actually needs the very same resources that it used to break down the food. It actually needs those resources to now repair itself. But when it goes to repair itself, all of the resources are gone because they had to utilize it to actually break down the processed foods. And so they're not empty calories. They are deceptive, seductive, subtle demons. That's what they are. I'm sorry. Little demons that taste great. And They get you both ways. They cause damage, and then they leave you with nothing to repair yourself. And so when we're doing that over and over and over, yo, you worrying about an immune system, you better worry about your heart. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got you focused on the wrong thing. Focus on the wrong thing. The basics. Understand, the black community has had a epidemic before the pandemic. All right? There was an epidemic going on in our community long before the pandemic. Understand that. And so, please, whole foods. Whole foods will be foods that are not processed. We're talking about foods that are high in fiber. You know, the fruits and vegetables. Y'all know what it is. These are the whole foods. The things that you're not getting from McDonald's or one of these fast food places. The things that you have to cook sometimes or have prepared. Fruits and vegetables. Like, these are the things you need. Water. Please, your body needs water. Like I just said, 70% of planet Earth, water. 70% of your body, water. Your cells, 70% water. All right, so your body needs these things. And when it doesn't get it, just think about what people do when they don't get resources that they need. Keep playing with them. Keep playing with them folks. Keep playing with them folks. And keep playing with your body. Keep playing with them. Next, sunlight. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is not a vitamin, it is a hormone. Matter of fact, most of society in general is vitamin D deficient. However, when we get to the black community, we are grossly deficient. 85, 95% vitamin D deficient. And we have to understand that, once again, it's a hormone. And if you are hormonally D deficient, you are playing at an extreme disadvantage. You are playing at an extreme disadvantage. And a lot of what's leaving people so vulnerable, there's multiple things, but the vitamin D deficiency is definitely making a lot of people vulnerable, especially up north. So please, if you have sunlight, please get out into the sunlight. If you don't have sunlight like that, then you should also take supplements. We do offer a supplement, but at the end of it, get it from wherever you can get it from. Make sure you get D3 with K2. D3 with K2. Next, sleep. All right, so sleep is one of the least things that I talk about because I don't sleep like that. But at the same time, your body needs sleep. Everybody's not the same, but for the most part, people need 6 to 8 hours. You do have the small amount of people who can take on less sleep, like, 3 to 4 hours and be just fine. But for the most part, you got to make sure you're getting sleep because you need to make sure your body has adequate time to recover. Next, make sure, I highly recommend having your last meal at 6 p.m. I know a lot of people think that this is almost impossible. But what I would say is that if you can wear a mask for 8 hours a day, I think you can kind of start to squeeze out, making that 7:30 a 7 and that 7 to 6:30. I think you can do something. I think you can work your way out. Because no folks see it on TV and started saying it. I think people will start doing it. What I'm saying is, don't wait for the hustler to tell you what to do. Because by the time the hustler tells you what to do, they already found a way to monetize that hustle. All right, so don't wait, man. Like, don't wait. Like, tell me what these folks have done. Tell me about their track record. Like, it's not much of a trustworthy track record to be so trustful in. So, try to have your last meal before 6. At the latest, 8 p.m. Okay? Reason being is because 6 to 10 o'clock is 4 hours. Within the 4 hours, your body should have enough time to have broken down the last meal that you have to the point where your stomach is empty. It should have already broken it down, assimilated, absorbed, and excreted whatever it needs to excrete. And so you should have an empty stomach. The reason why having an empty stomach by 10 o'clock is important is because around 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, hopefully you're in bed by that time. And that's another thing I would say, get in bed before 10 o'clock. If earlier, the better. But get in bed before 10 o'clock. But between the hours of 10 and 2, I can't remember the actual term that they call it, but it's like the magical moment, the magical hours, is when your body after 4 hours starts secreting ghrelin. Ghrelin is, quote unquote, the hunger hormone. And so when you hear your stomach growl, you can hear that GHR, but also that GHR also in ghrelin stands for growth hormone releasing. And so around that time, ghrelin at night at 10 p.m. starts releasing. This is going to increase growth hormone. So human growth hormone. And so that human growth hormone is when you start to get that deep cleansing. So this is when you start to really take advantage of the anabolic phase. The anabolic phase. So you have catabolic, you have anabolic. Catabolic is more so when you're breaking down. Anabolic is mostly when you're building up, you're repairing. And so essentially what you're doing is you're repairing a lot of the things that were damaged, or a lot of the things that need to be optimized during this time. However, if you just had a meal at 10, none of this is happening. It's happening on a little bit. Excuse me, I'm being a little dramatic. But it's happening, but you're not optimizing. You're not taking full advantage of the gifts that your people already have. Like, your people already have what it takes to radically improve your health. They just need a chance. They just need the resources. Give these folks the resources they need and let them go for there. Like, trusting your people, trusting your society. I'm talking about your people, not these folks. I don't know what to say about them. And so when you're able to take advantage of the anabolic phase, and these things y'all should be looking up. All right, y'all should be looking these things up. When your body's able to take advantage of the anabolic phase, night after night after night, TFL, once again, hashtag it up, but you will be able to truly take advantage of those things, okay? So, last meal at 6 p.m., try to get in bed by 10. Now, I break the sleeping 6 to 8 hour rule, and I break the getting to bed by 10 rule. I'm just letting y'all know, I don't abide by those things. I think I'm different, but I could be wrong. I could be fooling myself, but it feels natural to me. All right, so besides that, exercise. A lot of people's blood pressure are merely elevated because their heart is not fit. If you want to make your heart fitter, then you have to give it exercise. You have to work it out. And so walking, and I'm talking about just the basics. If all you did was walk every day around your house, around your block, around your neighborhood, just walk, that would be 1,000% better than not doing anything. All right, so I don't need you to have it in your head that you need to be snatching weights over your head, or you need to be like climbing mountains or anything like that. No, I'm not asking you to do that. That's why I call it movement. But you got to understand that you need to be giving your body some form of eustress, EUSTRESS. This is beneficial stress. This is this is stress that the body registers as being beneficial. But you need to be giving your body some form of eustress on a daily basis in order to perform your overall cardiovascular system. If your cardiovascular system is not fit, and you got to understand the nutrients, those very resources. So you remember how slow it took? You remember how long it took for the stimulus checks to get out there? Yeah, of course y'all remember. And so imagine people needing the stimulus check on the 29th or the 30th because rent is due on the 1st. And they're like, all right, we're going to get it out to them right now. And by the time you get your stimulus check, it is the 23rd of the next month, and you no longer have a place to stay because the system is slow, because the system, they were going back and forth, but whatever was going on, the system wasn't, that specific system was not optimized. It wasn't fit. And that is like your heart if you're not working it out, and your body needs certain nutrients. If you have cells that actually need resources, and then the thing that's pushing these resources around the whole entire system is moving at a very sluggish, less than optimal rate, it'll get it, but it's going to struggle. So we got to understand that you got to be moving every single day. Next, what did I say? Whole foods, stop the processed foods, water, stop the drink. I said about sleep. I talked about last meal at 6. I talked about getting in bed before 10. Talked about exercise. I talked about sunlight. Fasting. Come on now. Fasting. Look, fasting is the one thing that I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, even more so now. I mean, been preaching fasting for 6 years, but I mean, it's like every day I become even more convinced, which I didn't think could become possible. But this is because you're actually speaking to somebody who's on the trenches. Like these other folks, I will eventually, but I'm not going to call anybody out right now because I just want to see how far they go with it. But these other folks, they are pontificating. A lot of these other folks are, even before Corona, they were afraid to even shake their patient's hand. You know, they were afraid to give their patients a dab or, you know, hug. They didn't know the patient's daughter's name or their husband's or wife or their dog or children. Like, they didn't know their patient like that because they weren't dealing with it like that because they looked down on their patients. A lot of these practitioners. Now Corona came around, there's a no handshaking rule. They're like, whoo, thank God I don't gotta touch these dirty people. Woo! Just keeping it real. And so, I don't know, well, actually, I do know. These folks, they are pontificating, like they're talking about what may work in theory. I'm not pulling from theory. I'm pulling from actual daily, in the trenches, with the people, my patients, daily. So I'm not saying that this may work. Like I'm telling you what I've been seeing work for the past 6 years. And also at the same time, I'm not walking in that line of increasing medications, getting on medications. We're walking in the line of decreasing medications, getting off medications. What works for that? Because we understand that that is true health. The other stuff is rented or leased health. You don't, listen, when you get results, so-called results with medications, you gotta understand, you don't truly own that. You're leasing that. You're renting that. And at any time, the true owner can come through and be like, yo, appreciate what you did to my house. I like these marble floors and this tile you got over here. Oh, damn, is that a waterfall you put in the back? Yo, appreciate that. But listen, lease is up. I need to sell this house. And I appreciate you increasing the value of it. But you got to go, right? Same thing with medications. You taking medications right now, blood pressure looks great. 120/80, right where your doctor wanted. But stop taking those medications for a day while still eating the same way and see what happens. You're doing the most, but I don't blame you. It's 2020. Those same results you thought belonged to you, you're going to see goes away with the medications. And so, if that's true, which you all know is true, because stop taking don't stop taking the medications. But if you were to stop taking your medications for just one day, whether it be the anti-glycemic medication, whether it be the antihypertensive medication, where cholesterol, you don't see that fast, but you stop taking these medications for 1 or 2 days, and your so-called results that you thought you had go right back with the medication, right back to the proper owner, which is the medications. You don't own those. However, when you put in work, when you put in pain, and you say, you know what, for the next 7 days, all I'm doing is drinking water. Like, I don't want to tackle, man, I feel sorry for people when I see this, man. Like, this brother's out here walking in the hot sun by himself with a mask on, like there's nobody around him. Once again, I'm not getting into that. All right, focus. Attention, soldier. All right, so what was I saying, y'all? What was I saying? Completely forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Somebody help me out. Oh yeah, medications. Yeah, so when you stop taking those medications, the results go away. But if you start putting in work every day, you start walking, or you make a commitment that I'm only going to do water for the next 7 days, and I'm going to see how this works out. Maybe you don't see the weight loss, but you see a slight decrease as far as your blood pressure. Maybe you don't see a decrease in your blood pressure, but you see a little bit of weight loss. Like, just keep it going because you already know that this is healthy. You already know this is something that you should be doing. I mean, you can't say anything positive about the soda. Like, there's nothing healthy about the soda. And the fact that the Food, Drug, and Administration would allow these things to be passed with, zero sugar or it's just liquid diabetes. It's diabetes in a can. Y'all need to look at soda and juice as being diabetes in a can. There you go. Diabetic fuel. That's what it is. And so make a commitment to just start doing a couple of things, all right? Keep wearing your mask, but start drinking water. Cut out the juice and the soda. There's no benefits in it anyway. No matter what they say. I don't care if they're talking about now made with 1,000% vitamin C. now made with vitamin D, because that's what they're going to start doing. You're going to start seeing food that has extra amount of vitamin D in it. Listen to me carefully. If your food has the ability to brag, then you should walk away. If your food has the ability to floss and say, yo, what's up? What's good, ma? Yo, check it out. I got 1,000% vitamin C back at the house. You want to check it out? What's good? What's good? Like, if your food can talk about what it got, you should keep on walking. The same thing with men. And I think women kind of get that. If this guy can only brag about his material things, then one might say he don't have much else to offer. If that's his first line of defense, is my material things. Woman, y'all know how y'all feel about that, right? Some of y'all, I don't know. But if your food has the ability to talk about what it got and what it can do for you and this and this and that, you should walk. And you should take a look at the humble, the food that you don't have to say anything. The apple was just sitting there chilling, like, what's up? Nothing. I'm just sitting here being an apple. You know, I got 1,000 years in the game, been putting it down. You know what I'm saying? I got fiber. I got potassium. You know me. I've been around for a very long time. Nope. My track record is flawless. Those guys over there with all the extra stuff, you don't even know what you're eating. So I'm just saying, if your food has the ability to brag, you might want to stay away from it and deal more with the food that has been around for the longest time and has a long proven track record. All I'm talking about is focusing on results. What has always been giving you results? What has always been giving the people results? And I'm going to tell you, fasting's been around for thousands of years and it's been practiced by billions of people. Billions of people. So, just think about that. All right, y'all. I think I covered everything. Food, water, sleep, sunlight, 6 p.m. cutoff time for your last meal. I didn't really talk about fasting. So fasting. Fasting is very straightforward. Please, y'all, don't make this simple. Don't make this hard. Please don't make this hard. Every time I talk about fasting, with really, for the most part, anyone, I got to play this can I game. The game is called Can I. I'm like, all right, so here's what you're going to do. Last meal at 6, first meal between 10 to 12. If you're not hungry at 10, keep fasting at 12. If you're not hungry at 12, keep on pushing it. Okay. And they're saying, okay. But I know they don't get it. I know it's about to happen. We're about to get into the can I game. They're like, okay, got it. Can I? And it's like, shit, here we go. Can I have an apple? It's like, nah, look, apples are healthy. However, your goal is to fast. Your goal is to abstain from eating. Your goal is to abstain from bringing in any calories, any nutrients other than water. That is the goal, okay? So although apple is healthy and you can have it after your fast, while you're fasting, nothing. Okay, all right, cool. So nothing. I got you. Nothing. I got you. Okay. All right, cool. Can I get some nuts? No. Yo, listen. Nothing. Not nuts. No. Nothing. Just nothing. I do this game for about a good 5 minutes before they was like, so I can't have anything. I'm like, yes, that's right. Now, for the first week, they might come back, and one brother told me, he's like, yep, didn't fast, didn't do anything. I fasted, I didn't eat anything. I'm like, you didn't eat anything? He's like, yeah, nah. He's like, I didn't eat anything. I was like, but I'm not really seeing the results I want to see with his blood sugar. He's like, I don't know, I'm not eating anything, and he wasn't eating anything, but he was drinking beer, and I was like, oh. He's like, oh. Can't do that. I was like, nah, bro. I was like, come on. I was like, let's back to the drawing board. Nothing. Water. So yeah, it's really straightforward. All right, don't make it complicated. I understand why we think it has to be complicated, because we live in a society that has trained you to make everything complicated. That was the goal. The goal was to complicate everything. The goal was to make people question what was considered healthy. The goal was to make people outsource their health, really, when you think about it. Like, to make us as a society as ignorant, as lost about health as possible, in order to outsource it to individuals such as nutritionists, such as doctors, nurse practitioners, PAs, trainers, everyone, to just outsource it. And then once we outsource it, hook, line, sinker, because those people we have outsourced it to, they went through our schools. They read our books. And the books in the schools are funded by the pharmaceutical companies, so we're going to talk that talk. Like, we got it. Like, just, the system will continue to feed itself. Just make sure they don't know what true health means. So I hope y'all understand. I see there's a lot of comments. I don't know if I'm going to go back through right now and read them, because I do need to get back to the house. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of comments. All right, let me try to go through it. Yeah, it's so dangerous not to listen to our body, for sure. Definitely is. Right, we have slacked off with our healthy practices because being quarantined, I know my body started attacking me with episodes until I started back eliminating food. Yeah, yes. Like I said, if they're going to do the mass talk, the food talk should be right there with it. You don't have to be specific. Don't even be specific. Just, wear your mask and eat healthy. Like, that is enough to get people to start going down that path. Because what they're going to do is they're going to reach out to the people that they know in their circles. What does it mean to eat healthy? What does it mean to eat healthy? Because they surely won't continue to feel fine and okay with wearing the mask and drinking juice and soda. All right. So I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I think for the most part, y'all get what I'm saying. If y'all can do me a favor and share the hell out this video, please. If you appreciate the information, if you appreciate the work, if you feel what I'm saying might be of benefit to some people, please share this video. All right, share the video. Like I said, I am on what I call my farewell bully strong arm tour, and we strong arming and bullying a certain mentality. All right, we need this mentality gone, eradicated. So I don't know if that's somebody's joking with me right now. I just got a message through, but yes, while you're fasting, you can't drink water. Just leave the water, okay? Just make it simple. Just leave the water. So I'm going to get off. I appreciate you all. I definitely appreciate the supporters. I definitely appreciate the day ones. You know who you are. You know who you are. I definitely appreciate y'all. Like I said, this is our community. This is our responsibility. We have what it takes. We have to do the work, and this is a part of the work, dealing with that mindset. So much of what will propel us into progression is the mindset, okay? Is the mindset. And so, once again, mask or not, focus on the fundamentals. Fundamentals are the food, the drinks, the movement, the lifestyle as a whole, the fasting. Those are the things that are extremely important. Those are the things that are more important than just the mask by itself. All right? So, I appreciate y'all. Please share this video, and I'm going to holler at y'all later. Oh, yeah. So, real quick before I get off, me and Dr. Aaron Smith will be doing a live video tomorrow called BARS. Somebody try to figure out what that acronym means. BARS. BARS. Figure out what that means. All right. So I'm going to holler at y'all later. All right. Peace. Love y'all. Let's get it.